Hello, I'm David Chester with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that the Jian Yang scandal may be just a small local part of a wider Chinese strategy. But first, on Wall Street, the Dow is at another record high, but broader market indexes are not making the same moves. American market eyes are on the imminent release of their tax reform proposals. China is signalling that it will be extending its anti-money laundering regulation to real estate agencies and precious metal and jewellery sales companies. And the country's regulators are moving to ensure there is no embarrassing financial event during their upcoming Party Congress in October. They've banned finance and brokerage CEOs from taking holidays during the period in order to ensure stable prices. This is a market control at its most shameless. And China is moving to build a social credit score, a system it hopes will be in place by 2020. Basically, it will use big data to rate each citizen's level of trust. It could be positively Orwellian. And that big data will come largely from a requirement companies hand over their data, and that will include foreign companies operating in China. Perhaps none of this is new, but the extending of the data transfer to foreign companies for the right for them to operate in the country is only now being realised. And why should we care? Well, some think New Zealand may be a testing ground for exploiting a wider international effort. In Australia, LMI insurer Genworth has been downgraded by ratings agency Moody's by one notch on high and rising level of tail risk embedded in the Australian housing market and reduced demand for domestic lenders' mortgage insurance products. In the US, a new dairy-free milk product based on yellow peas is making a splash, one of the first plant-based milk alternatives that can compete directly with mainstream milk. It has cost advantage over dairy milk too. Silicon Valley venture capital money is behind the drive. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield is still rising at now 2.19%. The price of crude oil has also risen by more than $1, and now just over $49 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just over $55. There is a tightening of supply and a small rise in demand, both driven by recent US weather events. And the price of gold is virtually unchanged on the day at $1,328 an ounce. And the Kiwi dollar has fallen a half a cent on a stronger greenback, now just 72.4 US cents. On the cross rates, we're still at 90.6 Aussie cents and at 60.9 euro cents. The TWI is now at 74.6. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.